Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 1 of MLB Scorigami. And I am going to try and explain to you what that means, but it is not going to go well for a couple reasons. The first, it is a little bit past my bedtime. I am very tired. And the second is that I do not have a script for this. I'm just freestyling. So we're going to see what words come out of my mouth and if they're true or not. But if anything that I say does not make sense to you guys, comment any questions that you have in the comment section below. I will respond to all of them individually, and I also am going to answer every question at the beginning of the next Scorigami video. So basically, how this series is going to work is I am going to take this team of silvers into ranked seasons on MLB The Show 25. And the only way that I can upgrade this team is if we finish a game that has a unique score to every other game that we have played in the series. I don't know if you guys are familiar with SB Nation, John Boy's, his series of Scorigami with the NFL, but basically a Scorigami occurs when the final score of a game is unique to every other game that has ever been played. Okay, so for example, no games of this series have been played, so no matter the score of game number 1, it is going to be a Scorigami. The main way of upgrading this team is going to be when there is a Scorigami. Okay, now let's say, for example, the game ends 5-3, and that has never happened before in the history of this series. We are going to combine 5 and 3, which equals 8, and I'm going to get 8 upgrade points to upgrade the team. Now what that means is I can upgrade 8 overalls however I choose, okay? Now, say for example, Brian Dozier is a 79 overall. If I want to upgrade him to this 82 overall Christian Moore, that uses 3 upgrade points, and I have 5 left remaining. Now you're probably thinking, why wouldn't you just upgrade him straight away to Travis Bazzana? That will take 8 upgrade points. Well, a rule that I am instituting into this series is that we are not able to completely jump through a card tier on one single upgrade. So, Brian Dozier is a silver. I am not allowed to upgrade him directly to a diamond. We have to upgrade everybody on this team to a gold. So what happens if it's a Scorigami and we lose? Well, it stays the same. As long as there is a Scorigami, I will be combining the score of the game, and that will be the upgrade points that we get. Now, what happens if there isn't a Scorigami? Well, I'm very glad that you asked. If we win a game that is not a Scorigami, then I will get to go to the pack shop and buy any pack that I want. I get to rip that pack, and the highest overall in that pack has to be added to the team. If I lose a game that does not end in a Scorigami, then I will take the amount of runs that my opponent scores, and it will be a negative upgrade bank. So for example, let's say in this instant, 5-3 is not a Scorigami, and I lose that game, I will have to subtract 5 overall points from the team in any way that I choose. So I'm pretty sure that I covered all of the rules for the series and the way that the upgrades are going to work. If you guys do have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I will respond to them as best I can, and I will also address them in the next episode of this series. But now I want to talk about the goal of Scorigami, okay? The goal for this series is to be a season-long thing. It's going to be from now. It is opening week of MLB The Show 25. The official release was yesterday or the day before. I want to run this series from now until MLB 26 comes out. And the goal is not to make World Series. The goal is just simply to build the best team that I can. If I can build a 99 overall team with these rules, that's what I'm going to do. I think it's going to be pretty difficult near the end, but we're going to try. We're going to see what we can do. That's all I'm looking for is 99s everywhere. So as for the team itself, well, let's take you through all the characters in game number 1. As you may notice from this screen, most of the players are the silver overalls from the Team Affinity programs, just because those are what I thought were the best silvers in the game. Sorry, not the best silvers in the game, the best silvers that I have in my inventory. I don't have collections finished. I don't have every silver in the game. These are just the best silvers that I personally have. So leading off for us is Mike Trout from the Angels Team Affinity. I like this card a lot. I don't know if he's going to be super effective versus lefties, but righties, he's definitely going to be able to get it done. He's hitting leadoff because the clutch is a little bit low, and he has good speed. Hitting second for us is Ryan Closure. He is very good hitting all across the board. The clutch is a little bit lower than you might like, so that's why we're hitting him in the 2 spot. In the 5 spot probably is the second best silver in the history of MLB The Show. It's Yordan Alvarez. He has amazing power numbers and really very good contact for a 78 overall power hitter like this. And even that clutch is 83. You put this guy in a clutch situation, he's going to get better. The fielding is not good. That's why he's DHing. That's simply put. Big Daddy Vladdy is in the 6 spot. Very good numbers against righties, decent clutch, and not very great fielding, but hopefully we can get away with that at third base. I like Vladdy's swing, and I hope he re-signs with my Blue Jays this offseason. In the 7th spot is Ketellian, the best lizard in North America. Decent enough hitting numbers all across the board, but he is on the team pretty much only for his fielding and speed at shortstop. It is hard to find a guy, a silver, with this good fielding at shortstop, and the added bonus of 87 speed, and he is a switch hitter. Ketel, I believe, is going to be very, very valuable in the early stages of this team. In the 8th spot will be Mike Tauchman, maybe a little bit lower in the order than you might expect, but I don't like to put back-to-back lefties in the lineup, and I don't honestly think that Tauchman is much better than Ketel. I still think he's a very, very good hitter, do not get me wrong, but I think I'd rather hit with Ketel. Out catching and rounding us out is the only player in the starting lineup who is not a Team Affinity card. It is Live Series Connor Wong of the Red Sox, who is catching for us. There were a couple options that I considered. Some catchers a higher overall than Connor Wong, but I chose Wong because I like his build. He's a speedy catcher with a good arm, and he has good contact, which in that 9 spot in the order, all I'm really trying to do is flip the lineup sheet. I don't need to be hitting homers with the catcher. I just need him to get on base, and I think Connor Wong is going to do a decent enough job at that. The bench I'm not super concerned about, but we have Dave Parker, just kind of as a whatever guy. Adam Dunn is going to be our pinch hitter versus righties. Jose Siri is going to be our defensive sub in the outfield and pinch runner. And Bobby Witt Jr. is going to be our defensive sub on the infield and also could be a pinch. In the rotation is the flashback Ubaldo Jimenez, the unevolved Ubaldo Jimenez. We have him paralleled up 1, so he's playing like an 80 overall. But he is still a silver. Randy Johnson is a very valuable lefty on this team. We are going to enjoy having him on the squad very much. And same with Bob Gibson, very talented right-hander. Dennis Eckersley's hits per 9, Ks per 9 are a little bit low, but he has a very nice pitch mix, and his release point hopefully can be a little bit tricky for people down a little bit lower in the rankings. And Kodai Senga, because he throws hard and his PCIs are small. This guy is just plain and simple hard to hit. Now, I won't go too in-depth on the bullpen here. You can see that they are indeed all silvers. These are some of what I believe to be some of the better silver relievers in the game, like John Duran, Edwin Uceta. But, I mean, like I said, I know there's guys on this team that I'm missing. I know there are probably better silvers, but if there are, I don't have them. All that being said and done, all the exposition is finally out of the way. Let's finally jump into the first game, not only of Scorigami, but also my first game of ranked seasons on MLB The Show 25. He is also 0-0 on 0 rating. This game is going to be played on veteran. I am so excited. Let's get down and dirty. Now, I know that when the sun comes down is when the gremlins on this game come out. The swamp dwellers. They take over ranked seasons on this game. So I am not expecting this game to go very well. But I am expecting a because no matter the final score of this game, there will be a scoregami and there will be upgrades. But Mike, I have with me a delicious hot cup of green tea. I believe it's going to make me play better, as that's going to be an extra base hit for Mike Trout. I was going to say just a base hit, but that gets by him. That's Bautista in right field. That's one of the downsides of having him out there. His bat can make up for it, but Lord knows the defense is a struggle. Brandon Sproat guy has a bit of a weird release point. Something funny happens with his hand when he throws it, and that line drive is caught by the left fielder. Fly ball out to right. I don't think it has the juice. Does not. Bautista flies out to Bautista, and we go down scoreless in our first hitting inning. Now, I don't know exactly how many pitches we can get out of Ubaldo here. My big worry is that he just doesn't have a sinker or a cutter. And so I think as the game goes on, it's going to become harder and harder to get him out with Ubaldo. But he had a very nice first inning, but it looks like he's fallen behind. 3-1 here to Royce Lewis. This is a dangerous pitch, and he hits it hard to center field, but Trouty is going to be there. He might be sitting on this, but we're going to dot it, so it's fine. That was not dotted, but thankfully it is not a home run. Ground rule double.
That ball bounced over.
I know I mentioned it before. I think it was in the Battle Royale video that I posted. You guys should go watch, by the way, if you haven't seen it yet. I mentioned if you, mess up your pinpoint even just a little bit, it is the worst pitch imaginable. You literally could be 99%, but you don't have a perfect blue pull down, and it's right down the dick every single time. Great pitch. See that one? Perfect pitch all the way through. Went exactly where I wanted. And it was blitzed. That's going to be up the middle for Rizzo. Trouty's going to have a nice throw to make. 31 speed. I didn't get it perfect. And Nick Ahmed pops out on the very next pitch. You got to score to win anyway, but we are down 1 heading into the bottom of the second. Oh my God, brother. I need to warm up a little bit, I guess. Perfect swing from Vladdy. Gets by the second baseman. That's just going to be a single with Vladdy's speed. Oh no, rolled it over to second. Slow turn. Ketel's going to be safe, but now we got 2 outs in the inning. Oh my God, bro. Oh my gosh, he gave that one a ride with Jose Herrera. But thankfully, he's a common. Can't get it over the wall. Baldo might be on a pretty short leash here. He's starting to make some pretty good contact against him. I mean, as soon as I'm speaking about it, he's got 2 flyouts. Oh my goodness, Mike Tauchman. What is wrong with you, man? Does he deserve a hit on that swing? Yes, absolutely. But if Mike Tauchman is there, under the ball with silver fielding, should he be able to catch that ball? Yes, absolutely. Did he? No. And now we got 85 speed on second base with only 1 out in the inning. Good pitch there. Nice. He doesn't try and advance. Let's see if he is going to swing up at this fastball. Yes, and he pops it up to Giambi. Little mini jam there. Runner on second with 1 out, but Ubaldo works out of it. Let's get that run back. Base hit for Connor Wong, and if I'm not mistaken, the leadoff hitter in every inning has got a single, and we have not even got him to second. That needs to change. Top of the order is up. And that should do it. Looks like a base hit into center field. I'm going to push Wong to third, see what happens. We are safe. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Brian Dozier is up. Oh, fly ball out to center field from Dozier. Don't think that's going to do it, but that is going to bring home Connor Wong. We have tied the score at 1. Perfect swing up the middle for Bautista. Trout is going to get to third, and we have runners on the corners again in this inning. Have a big swing from Jordan right here. It's fair ball down the line. Trout will score. We're going to have to hold Bautista at second and Jordan at first, but we now have the lead thanks to the RBI single from Jordan. Oh my god, that might have been strike 3, but now we got full count on Vladdy. And he rolls it over to the shortstop. That's peak. That is peak Vladdy. Ooh, he hit that one hard, but it's right to Cattell. We got one down on the inning. Fly ball, weak fly ball from McMahon out to Tachman. He is going to catch this one. Very nice. Thank you, Mike. Oh, hard hit from Bautista up the middle. Trouty's going to cut that one off, and it's just a single. Rizzo again up the middle, the exact same hit as last time. I don't know how I feel about that, but I mean, now we got 2 runners on, 2 outs. Another mini jam here for Ubaldo. That one hung, but Bautista is there. We work out of it. Oh, Mike Tachman crushing out to center field. Change up right down the middle, and he did not miss. First ranked home run of the year goes to Mike Tachman. And that is going to be it for Brandon Sproat. He is bringing in Ubaldo Jimenez of his own without warming him up. That is a big change between this year and last year. You don't have to warm up your pitchers anymore. I'm interested to know how you guys feel about that change, so let me know in the comment section. Connor Wong with a little bloopy. That is not a good swing at all, but we are going to be very happy with the base hit. Trouty up the middle now. We are cooking with a little bit of a rally here in the 4th. I just kind of wish that homer from Tachman came after the 2 base hits. Brian Dozier lifts one out to right center. That looks like it's going to get down. I am sending both the runners a ground rule double for Brian Dozier. Ooh, low swinging on that changeup, but luckily we don't have a runner on first. That's going to get a run home. I've seen it, but I've never had it happen to me so far this season. But the perfect pitches are warping again. Nice pitch to Jose Herrera. Well, with that out against Herrera, that was Ubaldo's 2nd time pitching through the order. And now with the 3rd time through coming up, I will not be upset taking out Ubaldo at any point after this. But he is absolutely cruising. Weak contact after weak contact. Churio grounds out to Dozier. I forgot who my second baseman was. It's Brian Dozier. And some more weak contact off the bat of Ian Happ on the very next pitch. Tachman busy that inning. He gets 2 of 3 and no runners touch base. Vladdy into the gap. That ball is smoked off the bat of Vladdy Jr. He is going to get to second base easily, and this could be another huge inning for us. Love to see Marte step up with the bat a little bit in a time like this. Ask and you shall receive. Getting spam pause. He's going to run out of pause time. He's got 1 second left. Alright, he brings in Caleb Ort, the Bronze, to face Mike Tachman with a runner on. Into the gap from Tachman. We have a couple really nice swings this inning. Marte is going to score easily. And Tachman is going to be on second base with no double play and still I have 2 outs to work with. Wong the other way, shot right at Rizzo, but he makes the catch. Mike Trout is 3 for 3 in this game. Can we make it 4 for 4? Not with a swing like that. But yes, with a swing like that, Mike Trout to left field and gone. 9-1 now is the score as Mike Trout smokes that ball into the bullpen in left field. And the opponent has quit. The home run from Trout was what made him do it. We take a 9-1 victory in the first game of Scorigami. Well, now it seems like a good time for me to tell you guys what is going to happen if the opponent quits or we get a mercy in one of these games. If the opponent quits between the 1st and 7th inning, and it is a Scorigami, we are only counting the runs that I score for the upgrade bank. So this opponent in this game just now, the score was 9-1. He quit after the 5th inning. So if that game had played out and he quit in the 8th or the 9th inning, then we would get 10 runs in the upgrade bank. But because he quit before the 8th inning, then we are only counting my runs, so only 9 runs in the upgrade bank. Now, if we mercy an opponent and it is a Scorigami, then nothing happens. It is just the Scorigami that is added to the upgrade bank. But if we mercy an opponent and it isn't a Scorigami, then we get 3 extra points into the upgrade bank. And the reason for that is because later on in the series, it's going to be hard to get a Scorigami because this is going to be a season-long thing. There's only so many times that a game can end 5-4 or 6-3 or 7-6. So it's going to be, the longer this goes on, the harder and harder it'll be to get a Scorigami. And so I'm looking for ways to get upgrades without needing a Scorigami, if that makes any sense. I still want the Scorigami to be the focal point of the series and be the main way that we get upgrades on the team, but there, also needs to be a way to get upgrades without one. I think I also should say that even though the opponent quit how he did in that game, that score is still going to be classified as a Scorigami in future. So even though we didn't get the upgrades for it in the bank, that score will not be counted again for upgrades later down the line. Now let's talk upgrades, okay? We scored 9 runs in that game. The opponent quit in the 5th inning. We get 9 runs to the upgrade bank. And I already mentioned it in the intro. We can only make upgrades to golds in this tier. I should specify as well that I can't upgrade Brian Dozier, say, up to Christian Moore, and then in the next video, upgrade Christian Moore to Travis Bazzana. No, that doesn't work. Everybody on the team needs to be a gold before we can start getting those low diamond upgrades on the team. One upgrade that I am going to make for sure on this team is Yoan Moncada's 83 overall is going to be our new third baseman. I don't think Vladdy was bad. He even got some beautiful hits for us, scored a couple runs for us last game, but I do think Moncada is better in every single category, especially fielding and speed. On these low overall cards, it is going to be so hard to find fielding and speed. Moncada possesses those attributes. He also is a switch hitter with 100 clutch at parallel 1. Both of those things are very, very important. So Yoan Moncada is going to be our new third baseman, but don't fear, Vladdy's staying around. He's on the bench if we ever need him. The second upgrade that we are going to be making is Christian Moore over at second base instead of Brian Dozier. I think Dozier's attributes are very good, but I think that his swing is horrendous in this game. Christian Moore's attributes are better than Dozier's. Also, stay with me, fielding and speed are much, much better. Not a switch hitter like Moncada, but that's just fine. Also, the positional flexibility on Christian Moore is going to allow us to play him at third base or left field if we ever need to make some moves around on the infield. Moore has that positional flexibility. I've been using him a lot grinding Conquest in the opening week, and I really like his swing. So Christian Moore is on the team. Now, with the final 2 upgrade points on this team, I am going to use them in the bullpen. And you may notice a couple things. The first thing, this bullpen is not good at all. The second thing, this bullpen needs some more lefties. We are going to be saying goodbye to Luke Weaver and hello Josh Hader with our final 2 upgrade points. We'll get a very, very good lefty in our bullpen. But anyway, I want to say thank you all so much for watching the first episode of MLB Scoregami here on MLB The Show 25. If you enjoyed the video, please do not hesitate to hit the like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. I know I didn't explain very well in the video, so if you have any questions, drop them down below. I'm happy to answer. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.